Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over? This is episode 5, and let's just get into it. Ugh, I don't like that. So, you know what? We will see a treaty drawn up where all of this land is divided between Germany and France. So, it's gonna look something like that. And with France getting all of that. That don't look the greatest. Let me fix up this border. Okay, maybe that'll look a little bit better. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. And we also, I don't like that they just have this one piece here. So we are going to see a land exchange with France getting that and Germany getting that. Now I know like that's a lot smaller than that, but this is also coastal land. This is not. So this is less valuable land. That's why they get more of it. And we are going to need this to change color like that. There. Okay. So that's that. We are going to see the Spanish are going to explore some more. 40 is way too big. They're going to explore some more along the coast of Africa because they are looking to expand their colony. And about there is where they run out of resources to explore with. So we're going to see them expanding this colony down this coastal area they just explored. It's not like they claim everything they explore. That would be really weird. But they really do claim most of what they just explored, like that. Okay. So they now have a very big African colony. You're going to see the UAE expanding their borders. They're going to explore about that much. And they are also going to discover Socotra. And they are going to expand their borders. Okay, there. And I'll give up Socotra. They are also going to discover the Horn of Africa. About that much of it. And make a small colony. This little Somalian colony. Yeah, it's about that big. Next up, obviously, we had the pro-expansionist government put in place here in Vietnam. They're still pro-expansionists, so they're going to explore quite a bit like that, and then also make a large claim. Okay, so now they're a continuous little thing, and they're also going to make a colony over here in India. Okay, now the Bengali nation is seeing that like they can't they know that this whole southern area is gonna end up getting claimed by Vietnam. So honestly, they just stop exploring that area after about there, and they start exploring out this way. They discover the Salt Peninsula, and eventually do explore that. And they also explore up here, discover whatever this peninsula is called. And yeah, that's about what they explore. They're not gonna claim a belt to belt empire like Those people did. However, are gonna they are gonna claim quite a bit inland like that. Yeah, I guess that's gonna have to be fine. I just don't really, not really the greatest at drawing borders. We are going to see some continued exploration of Europe, explore all of that land. Obviously, that pixel too. And then we are going to see them exploring up into modern day Estonia, discovering this lake and all of the land around it. Also discovering that and all of that. And they do discover, I'm going to make a naval landing over here and discover that this leads to some recently claimed German land. So what do you know? German explorers exploring around here and linking up with Germany. That's crazy. And so they are going to explore around this lake. They're thinking, oh, it probably just goes up there. But no, it does not. It loops around and they meet up with here again. So you're going to set up a decently sized colony here in Finland. However, this colony here, they feel that they're being treated unfairly. So they are going to begin to do some revolt. Starting with this pretty decently sized pocket here. And there's also going to be a pocket right here, crossing the entire French border. And eventually these two pockets are going to link up. And yeah, they are just going to. And then this movement will quickly sprout with many pockets breaking away from Germany. And they will all link up. And they will actually manage to cut this German colony in two. And then they will completely take, or at least mostly take, this. There's still a ton of German loyalists down here. Same over here in Sweden. They will take all of this, but there's still German loyalists down here. And yeah, that's about all we're going to see for this revolution. So let me draw up a peace treaty. Okay, so here we see the formation of Sweden. And obviously, these are not German anymore. These are Swedish. And their capital is going to be right where the rebellion started, right here. However, Germany does still hold on to their Finnish colony for now. And the French will still hold on to this colony. Speaking of the French, they are going to make a landing right here in Greenland, and they think that they have discovered a new continent. Technically, they actually have discovered a new continent because Greenland's part of North America. They're just going to explore this little region over here, and they are going to set up a small little colony right here. Okay. There, so we are going to see the Vietnamese are going to expand their colony quite a bit. Now reaching over to here. And they will also be taking much of Sri Lanka. And we also see some Vietnamese and Chinese and Cambodians come over here and explore some of the Philippines. And that's because they feel that they are all very imperialistic. They all have colonies in other places. They don't want to end up being there being a colony over here. So simply put, they are going to come and move over here and form the Philippines. Right there. There. Okay, and they're going to continue exploring the Philippine Isles. And eventually they will discover all of the islands except for this bottom one. And they are also going to take all of the islands that they have discovered. And it is time to give them a capital, which is going to be right there. We see China exploring the rest of Japan, even reaching Hokkaido. However, there is going to already be native Hokkaidoans, however you would say that. And they are, their capital will be here. Now, China, they do not like that they can't take any land up here. It's fine, because they'll just take all this. Yeah, fine. Okay. They are additionally going to link up these two colonies. Like that. And they will begin to link up this colony to their mainland. However, they only do that much so far. Okay. Back over to, you know what, let's go with Macedonia. They are very mad that people broke away from them, the UAE. So they are going to explore all down the coasts of Egypt. However, when they explore for a while and do not find anybody, they decide they didn't go there. So they'll just explore down the Arabian coast. However, they will find that there is nobody down here, and they will stop. They were so very close to finding their rebels, but they don't think anybody's down there. So they are just going to claim a ton of land. Yeah, like that, and they will also take Cyprus and set up a colony right here in Egypt. Yeah, right there. It's for Macedonia, but we have not covered Carthage in a while. So they are going to explore and meet up with like a Macedonian explorer camp. Additionally, they're going to expand their borders. Are very coastal, just like they were in real life. So they're going to take that. And next thing is we're going to see the French will completely occupy their disputed territory like that. And like it should, it's going to make the Icelandics very mad, but they just get absolutely steamrolled by the French military. And we don't need to see a peace treaty because that is the peace treaty. Like that. Yes. Okay, so now France has all of Iceland. And they're also going to continue exploring Greenland, which will probably, actually no, I'll have one more event of the video because it feels like it's getting long. And they will take that, like that. So expand their Greenland colony. And the last event of today is actually going to be the French invasion of Rome. Now, I know that not Romania, Macedonia and France just invaded Rome last episode, but France wants this colony that Rome sadly kept a hold of, so they take it. Rome, they're not going to take kindly to this. However, French military is still top tier, so they will push them back there, taking all four of these major cities. Also take Sardinia and Corsica. And once they take this major city, basically the Roman king is going to realize he can't stop this. So they are simply going to have to agree to peace. Okay, Rome is, yeah, Rome's just done for. And you know what else is done? This episode, because it is getting pretty long. Okay, see you in episode 6. Bye.